Hello, I'm Dr. Ellen Coitz. I'm an associate professor at Hood College, and I'm director of the Reading Specialization program. I have spent the last 35 years directing the Hood College Reading Specialization program, and I couldn't be more proud. I am able to work with graduate students, undergraduate students, and children, and I hope you love the program as much as I do. The Master of Science in Reading Specialization is a program that's intended for teachers who are already certified in education and who will have 3 or more years of teaching experience by the time they complete the degree. Teachers who would like to become literacy specialists, teachers who would like to be intervention teachers, and teachers who would like to excel in literacy in their own classrooms can benefit from the Reading Specialist program. This module will tell you a little bit about the program's learning outcomes, how those outcomes align with the core outcomes of the graduate school. I will explain what a part-time student schedule might look like as compared to a full-time student, and I will also talk about what makes our program so special. The learning outcomes come directly from the International Literacy Association, which is the premier organization for accreditation and in the field of literacy. These are the overarching standards, and if you enroll in the program, you will learn much more about these standards. The first one has to do with foundational knowledge, how important theories and historical knowledge are in the field of literacy. The second one has to do with curriculum and instruction and the best instruction for all learners. Third is assessment, finding the best assessment to inform educators about the best intervention for students, the best instruction for students, and how as we as teachers can advocate for students to get the best instruction possible. Diversity and equity is the fourth standard, and the Reading Clinic actually has had a grant for the past 7 years, which allows us to give scholarships to children who are English language learners and children who attend the Boys and Girls Club, to be sure that we have a diverse population and that you as candidates get to work with students from all backgrounds. The next one is literate environment. We want to make sure that you as a teacher and you as a literacy specialist can let teachers know what are the best materials to use with students, both print and digital. The next standard is one that I think we excel in, and that's the one on professional learning and leadership. Throughout the program, we design activities that allow the candidate to do professional development sessions in their school with their team, and also do coaching in the clinic and outside of the clinic. The final standard is one that was a new standard. When the standards were revised, this one was added, but this is the one that we actually excel in, and that's the clinical experiences. I will talk more about it because it is what makes our program special. But as a reading specialist, you will be certified K through 12, and our practicums give you the opportunity to work with children in K through 12. You can read the core outcomes of the graduate school, but if you think about the International Literacy Association standards that I just talked about, you can see how so many of them are reflected in what the grad school's doing. Communication, research, diversity, professionalism. Most students choose to be part-time because they're teaching full-time, and if you do choose part-time enrollment, it will probably take 3 to 4 years for you to complete your program. There are ways to double up and definitely finish in 3 years if you're interested in that. So I usually suggest one course per semester. And in this sample, you would be taking the foundations course in the first semester, which is 517. Then you take an assessment course. There's 3 core courses that all students in education take, no matter what program you're in: a technology course, a research course, and a diversity course. Back to reading courses, 518 and 519 are both prescription courses, 518 for elementary, 519 for secondary. 529 is literacy leadership, where you learn about professional developments and coaching. 521 is contemporary issues, where you actually get to do an action research project. Ed 523 is the course that's right before clinic, where we test the children who will be attending the clinic. And Ed 524 is the elementary clinic, and 525 is the secondary clinic. There is also an exit folio at the completion of your program. People who want to go full-time can do it. You can do it in 5 semesters. Courses are laid out where they won't overlap, so you actually can finish in 5 semesters if you choose to do that. What makes our program unique is that, as you know, literacy is always in the headlines in one way or another. And so the master's program allows you to really understand the foundations, the practices, and you will be a leader to meet the demands of teachers, the questions that they're asked, to best meet the needs of all students. As we talked about, the International Literacy Association is what guides us, and this program is also approved by the Maryland State Department of Education. So what that means is, following your 36 credit program, your name will go to the State Department, and you will be certified and receive a license as a literacy specialist. I think that the fact that literacy specialists teach most of our classes is a huge plus. These are the people who are in the schools. They know what's being asked instructionally. They know what kinds of assessments are being used, both digitally and in print. And I really like the fact that we have literacy specialists from more than one county. So you really get to hear what's going on in literacy in Maryland, no matter what county you happen to be teaching in. And finally, as a reading specialist, you're certified in K through 12. And I think what makes our program really special is that you will have 2 clinical experiences. You'll have an elementary clinic where you work with children in grades kindergarten through 5, and then you will go to a study skills clinic where you'll work with students in grades 6 through 12. So when you graduate from the program and you have certification in K through 12, you could be a literacy specialist in an elementary, a middle, or a high school. You would not only be certified, but you really feel prepared to teach at any level.
Hi, my name's Sydney Phillips. Welcome to grad school. I'm in the Reading Specialization program here at Hood. I was actually fortunate enough to do my undergraduate studies and now my grad studies here. One thing that I love about Hood are the professors. They're inviting and super helpful. Another thing that I love is the class size, and not to mention the beautiful campus. Congratulations on your acceptance into grad school. I wish you a smooth journey to higher education.